the Dutch colonial town later known as Albany, New York, there lived the baker, Van Amsterdam, who was as honest as he could be.
Every morning, he checked and balanced the scales, and he took great care to give his customers exactly what they paid for, not more and not less.
Van Amsterdam was always busy because people trust him, and because he was a good baker as well. And never was a shop busier than in the days before December 6th, when the Dutch celebrate St. Nicholas Day.
At that time of year, people flocked to the baker's shop to buy his fine St. Nicholas cookies.
Made of gingerbread, iced in red and white, he looked just like St. Nicholas as the Dutch know him.
Tall and thin, with a high red bishop cap and a long bishop cloak. One St. Nicholas Day morning, the baker was just ready for business when the door of his shop flew open.
In walked an old woman, wrapped in a long black shawl.
I have come for a dozen of your St. Nicholas cookies.
Taking a tray, Van Amsterdam counted out 12 cookies. He started to wrap them, but the woman reached out and stopped him.
I asked for a dozen. You have given me only 12. Madam, everyone knows that a dozen is 12. But I say a dozen is 13. Give me one more.
Van Amsterdam was not a man to bear foolishness.
Madam, my customer get exactly what they pay for. Not more and not less. Then you may keep the cookies.
She turned to go, but stopped at the door.
Van Amsterdam, however honest you may be your heart is small and your fist is tight. Fall again, mount again. Learn how to count again.
Then she was gone.
From that day, everything went wrong in Van Amsterdam's bakery.
His bread rose too high or not at all.
His pie was sour or too sweet.
His cakes crumbled or were chewy.
His cookies were burnt or doughy.
His customers soon noticed a difference. Before long, most of them were going to our bakers.
That old woman has bewitched me. Is this how my honesty is rewarded?
A year passed.
The baker grew poorer and poorer.
Since he sold little, he baked little, and his shelves were nearly bare. His last few customers slipped away.
Finally, on the day before St. Nicholas Day, not one customer came to Van Amsterdam's shop.
At this end, the baker sat alone, staring at his unsold St. Nicholas cookie.
I wish St. Nicholas could help me now.
Then he closed his shop and went sadly to bed.
Last night, the baker had a dream. He was a boy again, one in a crowd of happy children, and there in the midst of them was St. Nicholas himself.
The bishop's wife stood beside him, its basket filled with gifts. Nicholas pulled out one gift after another and handed them to the children.
But Van Amsterdam noticed something strange. No matter how many presents Nicholas passed out, there were always more to give.
In fact, the more he took from the basket, the more he seemed to hope.
Then Nicholas handed a gift to Van Amsterdam. It was one of the baker's own St. Nicholas cookies.
Van Amsterdam looked up to thank him, but it was no longer St. Nicholas standing there.
Smiling down at him was an old woman with a long black shawl.